And welcome to another episode of Primility Primer, our morning reminder of the power of balancing pride and humility as we go about our daily lives. This is episode number 80. I am your host, Jared Morris. 80. We've done 80 straight weekdays with an episode of Primility Primer. And as you can tell from the headline of this episode, I'm going to make a temporary schedule change. This is not permanent. It's something I've been thinking about for at least a week or so. And when I got up this morning and I was planning today's episode, I couldn't get this thought out of my mind. And so we're going to do it. You know, when I started these Primility Primers back in mid-July, it was really an experiment. It was an experiment to see, number one, if I could do it, if I could get up every single weekday, do a new episode. And number two, it was an experiment to see if people would care, if an audience would develop around these episodes, and if there would be interaction and if something would grow. And on both counts, it has been a success. I think doing 80 straight weekdays with an episode has been a success, and certainly an audience has grown. There's a big growing email list. There are hundreds of people every single day who download these Primility Primer episodes. And so I think on both counts, it's been a success. But over the next probably 3 or 4 weeks, there are some things going on in my personal life, all good, so don't worry. Now's not the right time to announce them, but at some point I'm sure that I will, because they'll make for great episode topics. But that, combined with some obligations that I have professionally and just the normal holiday obligations that are coming, really mean that I've got about 26 hours of work to do in 24-hour days. And if I want to actually get some sleep and really more than that, it's put my best foot forward in everything that I need to do. I've got to cut something. I just have to. And Primility Primer is the most recent thing that I've started. It's the most recent commitment that I've made. And it'll give me an extra hour every single day to get some of these things done. And so this is definitely not a decision that I wanted to make. I'm not excited about it per se, but it's one of those that I felt like I had to make, and taking into account where I'm needed in all of these other areas, this is the one that made sense to do. And so what I'm going to do, I'm not going away for all 5 days of the week. I'm going to check in every Monday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there will be no new episode of Primility Primer for now. And then once we get out of the weeds with some of this stuff, we'll be right back here doing our daily episodes of Primility Primer. So, and I will say, part of this coming to this decision has been the experience that Heather and I have had over the past several months, getting this work done with our house and working with contractors who have said they're going to do one thing and haven't done it, and have set expectations consistently and haven't met them, and have clearly been spread so thin that they can't actually perform any individual job, especially ours, up to par. And I don't like that. I don't want that. I think if you make a commitment to something, you should be all in, you should be all there, or you have an obligation to let people know that you can't be. And you have an obligation to yourself to understand when you're starting to spread yourself too thin and not allow that to happen. I think that's part of having pride and doing the best job that you can do, and also the humility and understanding that we need to live up to our obligations and we need to live up to the expectations that we set. And none of us are perfect. So sometimes, we may set an expectation that we can't keep indefinitely, which I kind of view this show as. But I hope you'll see it as a stepping back so that we can take 2 steps forward together with these Primility Primer episodes going forward once we resume. So, won't be here tomorrow with another episode, but I will be back next Monday. The newsletter will go out as planned. So today's newsletter is already ready. That will continue to happen on Monday. So you'll be hearing from me a lot on Mondays with new episodes of Primility Primer, with a new newsletter. And then we'll be back. It'll be about a month. You'll be so busy getting work done, getting your Christmas shopping started, getting ready for Thanksgiving. You won't even miss these episodes, but then you'll be excited when they come back. I hope. That's my hope anyway. So thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting Primility Primer. I really do appreciate it. And I look forward to talking with you again next month. It's going to be weird. Tomorrow morning is going to be really weird. It's going to be weird getting up, not having one of these episodes to do. But probably what I'll end up doing is just filling an Evernote with all these ideas that I come up with, since I can't talk about them every day. And so we should have a nice big just series of episodes to go through once I get back, which I'm very much looking forward to do. All right. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. If you're not on the email list yet, go to primility.com/join. And again, don't panic when you don't see a new episode of Primility Primer in your feed tomorrow. There will be a new one next Monday, and then we'll be back with regular daily episodes soon thereafter. All right, everybody, stay cognizant of your pride and your humility. Wrist bump.